sure it's very similar to what, Brandy and I are working for ourselves and our family and everything. So when you package that all up, at the end of the day, we have to go to work and we have to build our business. And one of the greatest ways we can do that is recruiting. And I want to talk to you about that for a few moments tonight, because when people ask me what my favorite product is, my answer is always opportunity. And the reason I say that is because opportunity is all over the world. It doesn't matter what country, it doesn't matter what city, it doesn't matter what state, it doesn't matter what part of the world we're in. Every human being on the planet, the majority of human beings want to be happy. They want more out of their life. They want to feel good. They want to look good. They want to be healthy. They don't want debts. They don't want the stress when it comes to money. As people, we're somewhat, different in countries and different in cultures, but we all want the same things. And so when you really boil this down, doesn't matter where we are in the world, everyone loves opportunity. Okay, that going into this. And when I talk about recruiting, I want to talk to you about a few things. And if there's any background noise there, if anybody can hit mute, just so we can eliminate any background noise for the listeners here tonight that are taking notes. So check your line, mute out, and let's talk about one of my favorite topics tonight here, recruiting. Now, here's number one. I'm going to give you some secrets here that are going to help you mentally recruit more. Okay, I'm going to give you some endurance that you can use to fuel your business. Okay, so here's number one. I want you to write down. Rule number one is, who cares what they think? Who cares what they think? It's a very important one. And the reason this is important is because you do not have time. Your dreams, your goals, your family, your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, whatever's in front of you, you do not have time to worry about what people think. And you have to make this a rule. You cannot worry about what people think, because when you do that, you are going to slow down. You'll become a marble in your own funnel. It's the best way I can explain it. You stop the flow of activity. You stop the flow of the people that are coming into your network, your circle of influence, that may just take advantage of this opportunity. So you cannot care what people think. The moment you do, you slow down. So that's how you remember that. Here's number two. Make it important. When you do a recruiting call, if you talk to somebody about opportunity, make it an important conversation. I'll give you an example. One of my first mentors in the industry, and this was when I was in my early 20s, he had a formula. And he always said, I would call someone, I would literally just say this: I've got something so important to show you. And he would be excited. It'll take just a few minutes. And by the way, you may or may not be interested. But he didn't do it from a distance. And when I first learned this technique, of course, I just tried it like I tried everything else. But I'll tell you, it worked. And what I learned, it's not just what we say, it's how we say it. You have to make what we do important. This is a major rule in recruiting. It's a major secret to your success. It is not something that we take lightly, because when you take it lightly, you put one foot in the water and your prospects can feel that. If you're in this business, and this is part of this, if you're in the business 25%, then when you talk to somebody, you're giving them 25%. To be 100% in this business does not require time. It does not require you to spend all of this time or be considered full-time or 80 hours a week. No, I've seen people spend 2 hours a week or 2 hours a day, and they're extremely effective recruiters. Okay. Anybody else that didn't mute your line, just go ahead. That's a friendly reminder, because I can't see. If we can get we can get everybody to mute. Hold on. Let me mute all. Okay. Thanks. Okay. My Wonder Woman got it. I love it. All right, guys. So this is important stuff here tonight. This is critical. I hope you're taking notes, and I want you to think about this. We have to make that phone call important. When you make it important and exciting, they feel important. They feel excitement. You see, when we're wishy-washy with people, they feel wishy-washy. If you just kind of reach out like, hey, how you doing? You're going to get a, hey, I'm good. How are you? But if I pick up the phone and Monica's my friend and I say, Monica, man, I just need like 10 minutes of your time. I am so excited. I've got something really important to tell you. I got to share something with you. This is exciting stuff. She doesn't know what to do right now because I'm excited. It's important. She's listening. And this is why it's such a golden rule. If you want to get somebody's attention, get their attention. And if you're not ready to give them your full attention, then don't even bother. You might send them a testimonial. You might post on Facebook. You might share something exciting. But if you want to recruit somebody, you have to pick up the phone and you have to make it important. Now, will people come to you and join even while you're sleeping? Yes. Will people just sign up without your permission? Yes. Does it happen every day? No. If you want it to happen more, follow some of these, what I call secrets, because they've helped me over the years recruit more people over time. So here's number 3, and this is really important. This is one of my favorite. You have to remove the emotion when you start. You have to take the emotion out of it when you're talking to somebody. Remember that everybody wants time freedom. Everybody wants financial freedom. Ask anybody if they'd like to look better. Ask anybody if they'd like to feel better. Ask anybody who'd like to lose weight, how much. Ask anybody who'd like to look younger by how many years. Everybody's going to answer the questions in your favor every single time. But you have to remove the emotion from it for you, because the moment you get emotional, you start overthinking again. And when you bring the emotion in is the magic question. So this is another rule. You've got to ask the magic question. You want to bring out the magic in your prospect. And what is the magic? The magic is what they truly want in their life. It is their deepest desire. If you ever ask somebody, just think about this. When you're having a conversation with somebody, ask them what they really, truly want in their life. What is it you want? What are your goals? What's in your way? What's holding you back? And people start telling you everything you need to know to recruit them. They give you all the reasons why they want to join. And they give you the information, and you can use that information to help them make a decision. And I'll just give you an example of this. If I'm talking to Monica and I say, by the way, Monica, you told me you want to pay off all your debts. And so let's break this down. You want to do this part-time. How much a month part-time would make this just an exciting, fun, let's pay off the debts and maybe have a little bit of extra money, fun business for you? And if she tells me, you know what, Mike, oh my gosh, I would just love an extra $1,000 a month. And what would I do with it? I would pay off some debts. I would do this and so on and so forth. She just gave me some of the major reasons. Why? Because she wants to put her family in a better position. She may say, Mike, I need to spend more time with my children. I don't want to have a second job, or whatever the story is. And as you get to know somebody, you build a relationship, you get this information, use it to help them make a decision. So this is why at the very beginning, you can't be emotional because you'll stop. You can't get too emotional because you're going to overthink. What you want to do is extract the emotion from the prospect, find out why they want to do exactly what it is. Pay off debts, time, financial freedom. We can all think of 100 reasons. They'll tell you, and then you add it up. And how I add it up is real simple. So we know that you want to make $1,000 a month part-time. That is our emerald position. Let me show you how that works. Now I've got a great conversation. I've got a blueprint to show her. I'm leading her down that path to join. So remove your emotion, but extract theirs. And once you have the emotion, never forget, don't even know who said this quote. It was real short and sweet, but you might want to write this down. Emotion drives motion. Every time. Emotion drives motion, because people make decisions based on emotion, not the facts. It's always going to be emotion. So you want to live in that world with them. This is what allows them. And as they get to know you, remember, you're a ray of light. You're the positive light in their life. You have to remember that most of the people that we talk to, they're going to a job. They might be at home in maybe a negative environment. They may not have a supportive spouse. They may be in a situation where they're just not happy. And when you are the ray of light, you are the positive light in their life. It's the law of attraction. This is why I said from the very beginning, you have to make it important. You got to get excited. You become center stage. And that's what I love about recruiting, because we are truly change makers. I think I just posted that in one of the groups the other day. You are a change maker. William Bailey told me, I was at a Jim Rohn retreat in Billings, Montana, in the most beautiful part of Montana, Big Sky, Montana, Yellowstone. We're sitting around a campfire. I mean, literally sitting by Jim Rohn and William Bailey and all these other people. And I'll never forget, some of the conversations we had that night. Well, maybe recite to a T what he said to my brother. I'll never forget when William Bailey looked at my brother. He asked him, how much money are you making a month in your business? And my brother told him, and he was in multiple six figures. And he looked at my brother and he said, why are you being so selfish? And my brother just had this crazed look on his face. And I did too, a little bit, because I didn't know where he was going. But he said, Paul, why are you being so selfish? And he said, what do you mean? He said, you're holding back all those gifts that God has given you, all your energy. Look what you've done so far. He said, how did you get to multiple six figures? Because you helped so many people. So don't be selfish. You get out there. And if you want to go to the next level, what he told my brother was, you've got to go to the next level. And so when you think about opportunity, when you think about recruiting, okay, you are the change maker. And every person that we talk to, we're giving them an opportunity. That's the excitement about what we do. But it is not our call. It is not our decision if that person joins or not. It is not our call. It is not our decision to overthink or prejudge. You got to remove all that. You got to be prepared for the fact that some people won't join. Some people will say no. Some people will ghost you. They'll never call you back. Some people will tell you one thing and do another. Some people will join and quit. All of this happens on your journey as you climb the mountain to whatever it is that you want to accomplish here. But if you follow some of these rules, what it did for me, as I learned over the years, and I'll tell you, at the very beginning of my career, this probably wouldn't surprise many of you, I talked myself out of sales all the time. And so, part of this formula I always share with people too is, remember that too many details will unsell people. You don't need to break the comp plan down to the 10th degree. You don't need to show exactly how every little piece works, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when people make a decision that they want more and they're building a relationship with you, and you show them the way and you extract that emotional information, that intelligence that you need from somebody to help them make a decision, then you're equipped with everything you need to help them make a decision. And so when I look at it, I always say to myself, well, no matter who it is, if I talk to them, if I message them, however I engage with somebody, I remember that it is not my decision. You just have to block it out. I call it your chicken list. A lot of people have a chicken list. There are people in your center of influence right now, every single one of us, that we have not called, that we have not picked up the phone. We have not gone out and truly spent the time to get to know them better, to find out, how was your 2020? What kind of plans did you come up with for 2021? Because make no mistake, every American family is thinking different going into 2021. Absolutely. Okay. So you have to remember that. That's part of this process. And, we have a lot of people that are excited. What they want to do right now is they want to run for Diamond. Okay. They want to get into position. So I want to talk to you about that for a few minutes, because part of what we do, is we help people become Diamond. We help people, right? We help people get to that rank. And right now we've got excitement. We've got emerald bonuses. We've got diamond bonuses, and we've got a lot more with the Stack It and double diamond, and $35,000 that somebody can earn by going to Diamond. And the two things that help me every time somebody asks me, how do I get there? What do I do? And we can talk about 8 things that they can do. Some of the things that I shared earlier are very important because it sets the stage for your mindset. If your mind's not in the right, mindset, if your mind's not right, it is, in my opinion, okay, you'll go into some situations on the defense. And what do I mean by that? When I recruit, when I go out and talk to somebody about my favorite topic, which is opportunity, I go on the offense. I don't go on the defense. If you go to somebody on the defense, you're defending what you do. You're defending who we are. You're defending the products, you're defending the opportunity, and you're everything. You see, you got to go in on the offense. You don't need to sell It Works Global. They've been around for 20 years. They're debt free. I mean, there's so many. I mean, you could just list all the good things about the company, all the products, look at all the success stories. You don't have to worry about the compensation plan. The comp plan works. People, this is actually a great quote to write down when it comes to recruiting. The mysteries of recruiting, sometimes the frustrations of recruiting. And Jim Rohn used to say, don't take that class. You don't take the class of, man, I wonder if this comp plan works. It's been around for 20 years. I'm sure they've made some modifications. I'm sure they've improved it. But again, this is a mindset. If we were a startup company, if we were just a few years old and the products were still kind of getting tested, the comp plan was working out the bugs, and we're just hoping they've got the financing or the investors or what. I mean, that's a startup environment. There's so many risk categories. We don't have it at this stage. The company has worked past that danger zone. So again, you have to remind yourself of this. Don't go into an opportunity meeting on the defense. You go in on the offense. What does that mean? Let me show you a mindset. Your mindset is very simple. They need you more than you need them. And you might want to write that down. The prospects that you're talking to, they need you more than you need them. And if you remember that before you make that phone call, maybe put it in your journal. And is that, not going to dissect it, is that when you look at it from somebody's perspective, the opportunity for some people, yes, but it might be the product. So when you go in on the offense, you are confident. You know that you've got a system. We've got how many Zooms? We've got videos. We've got a beautiful website. We've got all the tools. Somebody says, how does that work? What are the product ingredients? Everything is on the website. When people ask me the ingredients, even if I know, I send them to the website. And the reason I do that, or I'll say, hey, there's a product fact sheet. Go to Skinny Brew. You'll see a product fact sheet. Print it. Review it. Why am I doing that? Because I'm lazy? No. I want to show them the tool set that's available to them. So going diamond, when you look at the tool set, when you look at the roadmap that you have, like charting. I mean, charting to me is like a Dr. Seuss book. And that's what I love about this industry. I mean, do you realize we are one of the very few companies in the industry that has an 11-to-1 customer to distributor ratio? We are one of the very few companies in the industry that we can honestly say, guess what? We have a real bona fide income disclosure that is going to show you approximately what people earn at every rank. And again, there's highs, there's lows, there's averages, and we have them. So we know approximately what somebody will earn. If they want to make $500 a month, if they want to make $1,000, $2,000, whatever it might be. Diamond, in my opinion, is the greatest position in the compensation plan. And I will tell you this, I have watched some diamonds make more money than people even at double diamond, because diamonds, remember this. This is a great way to remember it. I used to say 80 all day in play, $80 all day in play. That's how you remember this. When you become diamond, and first of all, if you're not a diamond yet, this will help you become a diamond, because you'll realize how powerful this plan can be. But when you become diamond, we now are eligible for the $80 diamond leadership bonus. And this is pretty awesome. If you're new to it, or if you're just, I realize some of you may have just joined. And it's exciting because this is something to work for part-time. We've seen so many people do this part-time. You get to diamond, now you have an $80 all day in play. What does that mean? As a diamond, every time you sponsor somebody, you earn $80 when they go out and get 2 customers. And it also applies to their team. It's like a Dr. Seuss book, printing money, $80 all day in play. And it encourages you to keep sponsoring. Once you become diamond, if you sponsored 3 brand new people, you are now eligible to earn $80 on every person that joins that team and gets their first 2 customers. If 10 people do it, as a diamond, that's an extra $800 in bonus money for you. And it just keeps adding up. So the diamond bonus is powerful. For many of you, when you look at, I want to build a business of $2,000 a month residual income, diamond is your spot. Now you're going to have some spikes in that income. If you continuously personally sponsor and you place, because remember, the diamond bonus will follow you everywhere. It's $80 all day in play. That's how I try to remember it. So when you think about this, your goals increase when you become a diamond, because now you have expanded your income stream. It's a new income stream that you're eligible to earn. And keep in mind, the diamond leadership bonuses, you are coded, as they would say, for life. Because once you personally sponsor somebody as a diamond, you are coded to that person and their team at that level for life. And as you rise up, as you see the stack it bonuses, how they work, it works the same way. So you have a lot of team play. That's one thing I love about this comp plan, is that it is built to build teams. And when you build teams and you stick together and you work together like this team does as a family, right? It stays together through thick and thin. There's going to be storms. We're going to have ups and downs. We have seasons. We have pandemics. Life goes on. People move forward. So guess what? The position that we're in is to max out the bonuses. The last thing that Brandy asked me to talk about, one thing that we did well as a couple, is we got laser focused on maxing out bonuses. So I'm just going to leave you with this. A few things that we did from the very beginning, and then we would share with people if they truly want to max out the bonuses. I'm talking from where you are to the whatever rank you want to get to. And we did that in our first year, and we set our minds to it from the beginning. No matter how, we're going to get it done, because that was our goal. And as a couple, what we did do is we had to understand how the plan works. And when it comes to our bonus plans, I can tell you one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is that they just don't pay attention to the little details that make it work. So as a leader, I'm going to challenge you to make sure that you understand, like your 6 new customers that you need to have to be eligible and maintain those bonuses, get it done. That's what a leader does. We're on, I think, customer number 2 personally this month, because we know that we love to share? Absolutely. Do we love to build teams? Brandy does it every day. I mean, she's been in beast mode all year. Okay. You can do that with your teams, but you have to lead from the front. And so if you want to maintain your bonuses, if you want to be eligible for your bonuses, which I can tell you, we have never missed one. When I look at it, it might fluctuate, but what does the company give you? Grace. You can miss a month, and we have, and you work back up to it, right? Sometimes you miss a month or something goes a little bit off and you're like, oh, but sometimes that's a reset. Sometimes it's self-inflicted, but don't make it because you don't know how it works. And you as a leader, what I suggest is make sure your core team, that's one thing you can do. Look at what we talked about tonight. Secrets to recruiting, a simple game plan, the why for diamond. If you're not diamond, you got to go this month, make it happen. You can do amazing things in just a day. I mean, just a day. You have no idea. I don't want to even tell you about my day or yesterday, right? Or Brandy's day. But you know what? You can do amazing things in one day. Imagine what you can do in a month. So when you make that decision and you kind of add this up, recruiting, getting your confidence, getting your posture, getting your strength, going out there on the offense, you're not in the defense. They need you more than you need them. You think about diamonds. How many people on your team right now just want to hit ruby, which is going to help somebody hit emerald, which is going to help somebody hit diamond? You take inventory of your team, understand the bonus, take inventory of your team, see who's raising their hand saying, I'm going to go emerald, I'm going to go diamond. And when they raise the hand, that's the one with the twinkle in their eye, because they know what they want. They know what they're going to do. Chances are most people, okay, at that stage, when they're ready to go, they're hungry. You'll see them. They start going live. People say, how did Brandy go diamond so quick, and then double diamond, then triple diamond? Let me tell you, she went all in. It wasn't time. It was her energy. If she wanted to sell gummies or coffee or whatever it was, she went all in. They felt 100%, not 25. Even if Ani was screaming in the background or life was crazy, you can go all in. It's a mindset. So when you do that on the offense, you'll notice that more people will start coming back to you than you going to them, because you're talking to new people all the time. You're constantly replenishing that circle of life. And if you talk to new people, and if you talk to the new person more than the old, guess what happens? You're always positive. You're in a great situation because everybody new that you talked to is excited. They want to learn more. And if you talk to the people that are not doing anything, or they're not making decisions, or they're just not getting back to you, if we spend all of our time over there, it becomes depressing. We start to think too much. We start to say, does this even work? What's happening? Maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's timing. I don't know. And we talk ourselves out of what we really wanted. So think of being on the offense. I want you to think of that diamond bonus. I want you to think of making sure your teams understand that. So, Monica, I'm going to turn this back to you and Stephanie and whoever else wants to chime in, maybe carry or pick up where I left off. I know we've got some great success stories, and I apologize to anybody joining. You can't see me. I can't even see me. I'm in a pitch black Airbnb, but it's exciting. There's a maintenance man in the house. I've got children and Brandy in the house, and I'm in the garage having a great time here. You know why? Because we improvise. My dreams are worth it. I'm going to adapt. And every day, even if somebody says no tomorrow, hey, Mike, this It Works doesn't work. I saw a complaint about the wrap on Google. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but we did sell like 70 million wraps. So maybe somebody complained. Okay. So you know what? It's like, who cares? Because lights out, lights on. We're running hard for our dreams together. So Monica, Stephanie, I can't see who's all on here right now. I'm going to turn it back to you if you have any questions, or I'll stick around for sure. Just can't
I'll
see
just
you
hop
all.
on. I'll just hop on real quick. It's Monica. Stephanie, you don't know this, but we are going to ask if you can help us out with going over some product tonight, just because I know a lot of people have had some questions. But since Mike turned it over to me, I'm not presenting anything tonight, but I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who just said a quick congratulations to me. Like, coming from where I come from with my full-time job, you know, you have those jobs where nobody gives you the recognition, but just to feel the love and support from you guys meant so much. And those who are coming behind me, your time is coming. Believe me, we're going to keep pushing you guys, but it just meant so much. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed just because you guys kept me pushing, and it meant a lot just to see you guys celebrate with me. So I just really, really appreciate it. So Stephanie, if you just want to go over maybe a couple new products or anything that you feel like might help some people. I know some people are struggling. So, or if you guys have some question over some products you might want Stephanie to go over, drop it in the chat.
Hey guys, it's Brandy. I had told Stephanie before tonight that we were going to do products next week. I know we were going to ask her to jump in just because we're having some serious technical difficulties. But since we can talk from Mike's phone, Stephanie, if you and I want to do product next week, I can get on here for a few minutes. Mike and I can tap out, and if anyone has any like specific questions about anything Mike went over or anything that we can help you with building your business. Yes, Bonnie, Monica and I have been talking all day about Mercury retrograde. Our whole neighborhood, like one whole street, has no power. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So guys, yeah, just I want you guys all to really focus on a couple things. I want you to focus on, charting out your goals. So if you're new, make sure, and you don't know what charting is, make sure you go to the It Works gang group and go to the announcements. And I did a video on charting to explain it. If you do know what charting is, make sure that you're charted out for your rank. If you want to message me one-on-one and go over your chart, I'm happy to do that any way that we can help you. But you guys, you just want to, really stay consistent, keep the excitement up. The messages I've been getting lately from people, I told some of my team in my accountability chat about one of them. I had a girl message me that was a customer of mine 2 years ago when we first joined. She has not ordered in over 2 years, and she has been watching my consistency and watching, me tell you guys the stories. And she was like, I want to join. I want to do this. I want to become part of your team. And so she's joining this week. Honestly, we haven't talked about It Works in 2 years. So stay consistent. And I know that, like Felicia, you and I talked about, getting customers and getting these things. And you guys, when you're new, you don't really have a story to tell yet. So you're going to talk about your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you join? Why did you say yes? And you can share all of our stories. So anyone that sees the stories that I'm posting, I've posted Monica's, Panya's, Misty's, Amy's, Amanda's, any stories that I post, you guys can share those. Don't share the post, copy the words, save the picture, and make a post on your page about it, because those are your team. Those are your sidelines. That is your team. So use each other's stories while you're gaining your own stories. It is so powerful to show what, other people on the team are doing in the business. So don't feel like you have to wait until you have your own story. Don't feel like you have to know every product or know every ingredient or know everything about everything, because you don't. Honestly, this past month has been so crazy for us. I haven't even really dug into like the gummies or the tea ingredients very much. I briefly looked at them obviously, but I have to, when someone asks me a question, I have to go back and look. So I don't try to be an expert even in that stuff. You learn as you go. Jump in while you're excited and just keep talking about the products. If you feel like you've got to learn every product and every ingredient, you're going to spend your entire business doing that, because we come out with new products every few months and there's new products to learn. So the best way to use them to learn about them is to post about them, get engagement, get interaction, get people asking questions, and try the products yourself. Best way to learn. If you are new and you're trying to grow your business, I know Felicia, you and I were talking about this a little bit before the call started. I do not preach cold messaging. I don't do it. I don't teach my team to do it. If you want to do it, you're more than welcome to. But what I do instead is I grow my friends list. So I go through the suggested friends, I go through friends of friends, and I add new friends every single day. Some of you on my team we've connected that way. And then at some point you've joined my team. So I don't friend you and then message you right away about anything. I friend you and I go about my day and I keep posting and sharing my story and sharing my life. And then we start interacting and we start getting to know each other. So, it's not going to happen overnight. Your business is not going to explode overnight like that. But I'm building real strong relationships with people, and that's the way I like to build. Also, utilizing the different social media platforms. So, we've got Instagram. I'm not a big Instagrammer. I'm trying to be better about it. I'm big on Facebook. Facebook is like my safe space. That's where my following is big. TikTok. I was scared of TikTok. You guys know that. I've talked about it. I wasted like 8 months of time I could have been on TikTok because I was afraid of it. I didn't understand it. I don't like to be, I'm not silly. I don't do a bunch of videos. Once I started understanding it, I mean, there's a couple people I think on this call that are new team members of mine that are legit from TikTok. So once I got over myself and I started doing it, I started recruiting and getting customers. And you know what? I'm doing it my way. I'm not like dancing. I don't really dance. I'm keeping all my clothes on, right? That's something we always joke about. My clothes are on. I'm doing videos that are me, that are my lifestyle, and it's working and I'm getting traction. So part of the growth you experience on your way to diamond is stepping outside your comfort zone and learning how to do that. So if you're someone that's scared to go live, I mean, how many of you on here, we're in the dark, so I can't even see who's on here, but if you've been on my team a while, if Bianca's on here, if Kathy Mashesky's on here, how many of you drop a 1 in the comment if you're somebody that I forced into going live? Missy, I know I forced some lives on you. Like, so many people on the team that are like our OG team members, they were terrified to go. Monica, I forced you to go live. I forced them all into lives. And then once they started doing it, they're like, oh, this is easy. Oh, this is helping my business. Oh. And I'm seeing in the chat, even Bonnie is saying she has stage fright. So what are you doing? Oh, I looked at the chat. Thank you. Bonnie was saying she has stage fright. You guys, that's okay. Like when I do TikToks, I have stage fright. I won't do them if Mike or my 13-year-old are in the room because I know they're going to laugh at me or they're going to be giving me weird looks. So I have to like hide and do my TikToks. I'm trying to get over that. I shouldn't care who's in the room if I'm doing my TikTok, right? So it happens to all of us. You just have to keep going and push past that. And Amy's a great example. Amy rolled her eye, and I'm writing Amy's story right now because I haven't even announced this yet, but Amy is structured for diamond. As of yesterday, Amy is structured for diamond. That's huge. When Amy first joined, she rolled her eyes at me. She thought I was crazy. She thought I was too much. She didn't really go live much. Oh my God. If you're friends with Amy, drop a 2 in the comment if you see Amy go live literally every time you open your TikTok, you open your Facebook, you see Amy's face. Look, the 2s are dropping. Amy did not used to like to go live. So she did it. She started getting more comfortable. She started getting multiple times a day. It's like a joke in our house. Amy's live again. She's going to watch this replay and be like, man, they were giving me a hard time. But my point is she listened. And not only did she grow and step out of her comfort zone, she started getting the results. So I guess to all the newbies, there's a book. It's called Get Over Your Damn Self. For all the newbies, get over your damn selves. Go live. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you need to know every ingredient. You don't need to know every product. You don't need to know all of those things. Throw yourself out there. If you have questions, jump in one of the chats. We will help you. And it's okay to say, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. Let me find it for you. Or if a question comes in, you don't know the answer, don't respond yet and come ask us. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, you know what? I don't know that. Let me go ask somebody who does. That's okay. I mean, we have 2 positions that are ambassador and triple. We've been here 2.5 years and I still don't know every answer. And that's okay. So that's my advice to the newbies. Just jump in, run to those 6 customers, watch the video that I send, watch that video. Get over your damn self for real. See, you hear what you need to hear. Watch the video, do the steps, write down your questions, do all the things, make your list, and then make your post and just launch. See, Panya didn't want to do TikTok and now she loves it. I'm the same way. I did not want to do it and now I'm addicted. Like I get a video that gets over like 8,000 views. I'm like, I'm viral. I am TikTok famous, family. Watch out. Like I'm telling you. So then for everybody running for your ranks, if you're running for your goals, stay consistent, talk about your life, talk about, I haven't posted about the business. I just posted in my stories for the first time about the business today, but I talked about moving out of our house. I showed the Airbnb. I'm welcoming people into my world and into my story. And that's what you want to do. If it's all about business, if you're talking about it works all day long, people are going to mute you out. They're not going to hear you anymore. So if you notice, many of my team have heard this on my Instagram, what is it called? A grid, I think it's called. In my Facebook timeline, I'm very vague about the products. I'm very vague about what I do. I want people to come to me. I want it to be mysterious. I don't want to show product pictures. I'm very, very, very vague. In my stories, that's where I show like the different slides we use and stuff about the business opportunity and whatever. And I alternate memes and all those different kinds of things in my stories with business posts. So I'll do like 5 memes or something, because I used to do all of my Facebook stories about It Works, and then my views dropped drastically. So if you guys, those of you that don't know me, I talk a lot about vaccines. Okay. It's medical freedom. That is like my thing. So now I do all those memes in my stories, and like every 5th meme, I'll drop a couple business stories. And then I'll go back and do some more, slides about vaccines, or I'll talk about something, and then I'll drop a couple more business stories. I do like little lives in my stories. And in the morning, I make my celery, I make my coffee, and then I'll do a bunch of things that have nothing to do with It Works, motivational stuff, whatever. And then later in the day, I'll drop some slides with some before and afters. So I've trained people to know that they're going to find that vaccine info, those different slides, whatever, they're going to find those in my stories, and they have to watch my stories and to get all of those. And then they have to get around the It Works post because they're in there already. All right, I'm going to read the chat real quick. I was going to inquire about that. Yeah, practice on a comfortable platform. So that's where you start. You start on a comfortable platform. So for me, Facebook is where I'm comfortable. So I do 90% of my business on Facebook because that's where I'm comfortable. So once I started branching out, like I'm still not comfortable on Instagram. If you guys want me to be real, because I'm always going to be, I'm not comfortable on Instagram. I don't have enough time in my day to engage on Instagram, to engage on Facebook, to engage on TikTok, to help the team, to do all the things. So my Instagram's not growing like it should. I'm focused on Facebook and TikTok. So don't feel like you have to do it all either. I throw some posts up on Instagram. I have a little following on there. I post all my stories from Instagram and I connect it to my Facebook, but I neglect Instagram. At some point I'll circle back and you guys know I lost my Instagram too. So that kind of was deflating, but don't feel like you have to do it all. If you find that there's 2 platforms that you do best, stick to those. Let's say Instagram and TikTok are the 2 that you're like really good at. Well, stay in Facebook, stay active, but just focus most of your energy on Instagram and TikTok, whatever it is that works for you. Yeah, Misty's saying you can record a video and post the video instead of going live at first, because then if you don't like it, you can delete it. And oh, good. Bonnie was saying this is comforting. She was overthinking this. Yes, that's the problem, you guys. 9 out of 10 times we overthink things. We get in our own way. And that's what I'm saying. Write it down, write it on your mirror. Get out of your own damn way. Get over yourself. Like, we need to hear that sometimes because we hold ourselves back. And so people see the excitement, people feel the excitement. I just had a video pop up from conference from 2019. And that's when I started paying attention. Our main position was already triple diamond, and I was barely even paying attention to the business. And the video popped up. I'll have to share it with you guys in the team chat. It'll make you laugh, but I was so uncoordinated, had no clue what I was talking about. It was almost embarrassing to watch when Mike and I watched it this morning because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I used to sound like that. I was tripping over my words. I was explaining things wrong. I was literally at the end of conference, I went live and I walked out in the hallway and I was so excited. I didn't even know what to say. I was just saying all kinds of random stuff. But I signed like, I think Bianca might have joined around that time. I signed like 10 new distributors right away because they got caught up in my excitement of what I was talking about, even though I didn't even know what I was talking about. So play off that excitement, share your story over and over and over and over again. So that's one thing that you guys know I talk a lot about, sharing your story and taking little parts of your story from different parts of your life and sharing it. So whether you are, Stephanie, your name just popped up. I don't know your story well, but I saw you post that you were a young widow. That's a part of your story. I was an Army wife for 6 years. That's a part of my story. Amy was married to Mike. If you don't know that, Amy is Mike's ex-wife, my girl that's about to go diamond. Amy was married to Mike, and he's been in network marketing his whole life, and she was able to stay home with their kids because of network marketing. That's part of her story. I was a single mom for 7 years, and I was on food stamps and daycare vouchers, and I worked a full-time job and 3 part-time jobs. That's a part of my story. And so even though It Works didn't solve those solutions for me back then, I can share my story and say, I remember a time when I was working a full-time job plus 3 jobs, and I was on food stamps, and I had daycare vouchers. I remember a time when I couldn't afford to buy my kids Christmas presents. Wow, life looks so different now. It doesn't matter that It Works didn't solve that solution for me. It Works is changing my life now. So share your story. Don't care what anybody thinks. No, you have to get through a ton of no's to get to your yeses. I think, and I'm going to butcher the numbers, but the founder of Starbucks was told no like a couple hundred times, like for funding for Starbucks or something. Like there's so many different like millionaires and billionaires that have been told no more times than we can even fathom, and they kept going. They just kept going, and look at them now. So don't let no's get you down. Don't get discouraged if someone says to you like, oh, I can't believe you joined one of those things. Just keep going. Monica, I'm going to share your story. I hope you don't mind. Monica and I had a talk the other day. Monica's still working a full-time job, and she's been on medical leave. And she's been on medical leave for a while as she's been growing this business. And she's to the point now where she's been home for so long, she doesn't want to go back to a full-time job. And she's catching a little pushback from people at her full-time job because she joined one of those things. She's in one of those MLM things. And, she had a moment over the weekend where she had to like talk to herself and say, like, I don't care what they think of me. I don't care what anyone thinks. This is changing my life, and I'm going to keep moving forward. And what I said to her was, when people look at us from the outside looking in, and they see this group, can you bring me a water? I can't come in because it'll echo. I'm literally standing in the garage, and he's sitting at a table, and we're in pitch black. Thank you. When people see how positive you get, how much you like, if you do your affirmations, if you grow stronger in your faith, you being around this team and being around the fire and being part of this company, it changes you. You become more positive, you become happier, you want to help people more. And that ruffles the feathers of the people around you that are stuck in the same negative rut that they've been stuck in forever. And so they're going to push you back a little when you you outgrow them, and that makes them uncomfortable. And so my family, my own sister was that way. Like, I've been estranged from my family because Mike and I live in this world. We live in this bubble where we pray together. I say every day, but this has been a rough week. We're ready for life to get back to normal, but we pray together almost every day out loud. I do my affirmations. I'm constantly speaking life into my team. We are surrounded by so much love and positivity and energy that the people that are stuck, my sister, she goes to work, works a 50-hour work week, leaves at 6 in the morning, doesn't get home till after 6 at night, barely sees her husband, barely has time with her kids. Then she's annoyed with her kids. She's got the weekends. She's in this vicious cycle of just life and negativity and all those things. I make her uncomfortable because I'm so above that. I live life on my terms, on my schedule. I'm so free. I'm so happy. I'm so positive all the time. So you're going to get that as you continue to grow and evolve, and that's okay. That's a good thing. That's when you're truly growing. So I don't know. I felt led to share that tonight. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I want you guys to remember that it's okay. When you start ruffling the feathers of those around you, you're on the right path. When you start growing so much that other people get uncomfortable, keep going, because you are on the verge of a big breakthrough. All right, let me look at the chat real quick. Thank you guys. I'm very transparent. If you saw my live today, I'm very real and raw, and I always encourage you guys to do that too. Share your story, share your struggles, share your successes, share each other's successes. If you're, home with the kids all day and your kids are acting up. I mean, I put Anya on blast all the time when she's having a meltdown. I'm like, oh, I do TikToks. Why is your toddler having a meltdown today? Here's mine. My kids aren't perfect. My 4-year-old loses her shit half the time. And we joke that she's got like 12 different personalities. And that's, hey, I'm going to share that with the world. So be you, be real, be raw. And I promise you, people will gravitate to that. So as for, with the business, keep posting, use the products, keep growing your following. So keep adding new friends on every channel you're on. And, keep just keep going, you guys. You just have to keep going. Engagement. Do engagement posts that have nothing to do with the business. So you'll notice I'll do another thing. I talk about vaccines. I often will do a post asking people drop a comment if they've been injured by a vaccine. It blows up. I do like random things like tell me your mom without saying your mom, or I forget how it goes. If you look at my page, I do a lot of engaging posts that have nothing to do with the business. They're not a host a post. I'm just doing it to get interaction on my page because the more it boosts your algorithm. So definitely do those kind of things. Do polls in your stories. Do engagement in your stories. I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, see, Bonnie, I told you like it here. I literally, you guys, if you're not recruiting by talking about our team, you're doing yourself a disservice. I talk about you guys all the time. And I'm not just talking about my personally enrolled team. I'm talking about Brandy and Panya and Stephanie and Dolores and Felicia and all of you guys. Like the energy and the synergy and the relationships of this team. Jared and I talked about it today. Like it's something I've never seen before. And we have something so truly special here. And it's truly the most uplifting, loving group of people you'll ever be around. Talk about that. I mean, we have a girl that just joined our team that was in a different company, and her team was not helpful. They weren't loving, they weren't positive, they weren't encouraging. And she was hesitant to join. And I just kept telling her about you guys. And she ended up joining. And right away, within 2 days, she's going to watch this replay. She's going to know I'm talking about her. But within a couple days, she's like, wow, you weren't kidding. Like, wow, this team is amazing. And you guys, you are. So share that. But all right, that's what I got. See, I'm glad you guys love it here. I love reading your chats. Does anyone have anything they want to add or any questions?
Mhm.
Nope. Y'all are quiet tonight. Not in the chat though. You guys are loud in the chat. Okay, awesome. Well, this is good. I'm glad we had a good turnout. I'm glad you guys are on here. Tomorrow night, we're gonna do I want to do a new distributor training just to kind of dive in and go over stuff. I need to look at the schedule. Does anyone off the top of their head know what time does Jared have calls tomorrow night? I'm fried from moving, so I'm lucky I even know what day of the week it is.
Yes.
Jared does have a call?
Yes,
8
he does.
p.m.
It's
8
7.
p.m. So 8 p.m. Eastern.
7 Central. Yes.
Okay. So why don't we do 7 p.m. Eastern? So 6 p.m. Central. I will do a new distributor training. So if you're not new, you don't have to be on it. Or would you guys prefer I do it at 8 p.m.? What do you guys prefer? Because I know we got some central people on here. Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's do 7. Let's do 7 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be a new distributor training. I'll put the info out tomorrow morning. If you guys want to let your team know, and we'll just go through all the steps and make sure that, because like I've had, I think 4 new people join the team this week. So we'll get all the new people on there and just make sure they've got the best possible start and all the information that they need. Paola, I just saw your comment and you know I will kick you right in the rear end. Well, I need to get on the phone with you. So when you're ready, girl, give me a call because I will help you. You can invite inactive DTs. You can invite anybody. If you want to be on there just to get a refresher, I don't care who's on there, but just make sure all your new DTs are on there. And guys, especially for my team, if I've placed distributors to you, if you guys could be the one to invite them for me and just help me out because this week's kind of crazy. But let's do that. Good night. I know some people are jumping off. We'll jump off. We're gonna go, I guess, go to bed because we're not gonna have power for like 2 hours, I guess. So 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, new DT training, refresher DT training course if you want to relaunch. Other than that, we love you guys. I hope you found a lot of value in this, and I'll have Mike share the recording later tonight or in the morning. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.